Hello everyone, welcome to another Roblox game development tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to be learning how to script text boxes using the changed event. Now, I did record this tutorial already. Again, I forgot to make sure my mic was properly plugged in, and so the sound was not recorded, and I found this out moments before it was uploaded to YouTube. So, I'm sorry. I do plan on fixing this as soon as possible. Well, actually, I'm fixing it right now, but I will have to delete it off of YouTube still because I'm sort of rushing so you guys can get the episode. However, I'm not rushing so much that you guys lose any of the value of this episode, I hope. Anyway, let's continue. So, the first thing I want to mention is that I already made the script to do this. So I'm only going to show you guys how it works and tell you guys how it works. I'm not actually going to type it out as we go because I already did it. Actually, you know what? If I were watching a tutorial, I would rather them type it out as they went. So I am going to. So I'm going to pause real quick, remove everything from the script, and start from scratch. Alright, I'm back. So, well, I did actually have to leave. But, let's get to the script now. Alright. So there's a couple ways we could do this, but I'm going to go with the way that we've already learned how to do. And we're just going to put a couple things we know how to do, some basic things, together to make a it's not really advanced, but we're going to take a lot of basic things and we're going to put it together in a logical order so we can actually have a working script that does more than something very, very, very basic. So, this tutorial is actually going to be teaching you a bit about how scripting and programming actually sort of works when you get down to using it, more than just learning how to speak it, basically. And this is the most useful tutorial I will have made thus far in the series. Also, before I actually start, thank you, insert name here noob, that's his YouTube channel. There will be an annotation floating in the middle of the screen when you see this on YouTube. Click it, it's a link to his YouTube channel. I checked it, I don't think he has any videos, but you can subscribe to him anyway, and do that as a thank you from me for giving me the great idea and the great support and commenting and just actual following of my channel as of late, but mostly to thank him for the idea of making a quiz game with GUIs, which will be our first project in this series, starting next episode. In this episode, we're actually going to learn a little bit about how to do some stuff, and this will be used quite a lot in our project. So, we'll get back to work now. We're going to make it... Okay, let me explain how the script will work. Part of scripting and part of programming is coming up with the logic behind your program. You don't have to come up with exactly how to do it right away. You just have to figure out, okay, what will I need to do, and how can I do it easily? So let me explain what our program needs to do. Our script needs to print the text of the text box every time the text is changed by using the changed event. However, using the changed event and the knowledge we currently have, we only know that the changed event will fire every time any single property is changed. So you might have other scripts that change other properties, but then not the text. Well, we do not want to print the text twice in a row if it has the same value. So, in order to work around this, we're going to have to come up with an idea. A good idea would be to have a global variable in our script which would contain the last text last time we printed it. This would and if we check the new or the current text every time the changed event fires and the old text, then we would be able to figure out if it has changed or not. So, having this logic already built in our heads, we can now write the script which carries out this logic in our game. So, first we're going to make our variable, which contains the text, and we're going to call it last text. And since we automatically do not want to print the text of our text box at the very beginning, because that would just clog up the output, we're going to make it equal to script.parent.textbox, or script.parent.text, which we know script.parent.text, which is a property, is equal to the text displayed in the text box. So, local last text is now currently going to start out with the initial value of an empty string. So, next up, where I'm going to double space down just to make it a bit easier, we have to connect our function to the event. You guys know there's two ways to do this, but I'm going to go with the way that saves lines, time, and it's simpler for me, even though I used to do it the other way. Script.parent.change, and the reason I stopped doing it that way and went to this way is just because it makes my life quicker. I like to expedite stuff sometimes. Script.parent.changed connect function. Now, remember, in our logic, we had to make sure that we aren't printing the same text twice, and we're going to use our last text variable to do this by checking if our last text is not equal to the current text. And if not, then okay, follow through. If so, okay, apparently another property changed, and we don't care. So, and keep in mind, with a text box, there is a don't want draggable. There is, where is it? Not visible, not, okay, at least I thought, forget everything I was about to say there. I was going to say that there's a selected thing, but I actually don't see the selected property. Anyway, as I continue, so now we're actually going to double check ourselves and put if last text does not equal that little squiggly line means does not, it does not, and then the equal sign of course means equal. So if last text does not equal script.parent.text, then we're going to change last text, because we can't just keep last text an empty string the whole time, or else next time another property changes, we're going to print the text again, even if it is the same thing. So we need to change last text to script.parent.text again, so that now we're updated and the last text has changed in case the property runs again, and we can keep running this loop without any errors. So last text equals script.parent.text, and now print last text. So I've been explaining as I went, so I don't feel like I should explain it all over again and waste your time. You guys already know what print does when we do it that way. So let's just get to the testing. So I'm going to go player 1, player GUI, frame, text box. And I'm going to move the text box. I know it's in the center right now, and that actually makes it look a lot better. But for testing purposes and so that you guys can actually see things happening as they happen, I'm going to move it over to the edge of the screen. Now, watch this text property and watch the output. And, of course, watch me typing in here. I'm going to type in bballer13sn rocks. You guys see that it has not changed the text. You see it's not printing in the output, but as soon as I hit enter, it changes and it's printed. Now I'm going to change it again. I'm going to change it to subscribe today. You see, now it changed in the text, it changed in the output, and it's up here. So you guys are seeing this 3 times, and I said it. Get the message? Anyway, now I'm going to change it back to bballer13sn rocks because I want to. It does it all over again. As you can see, we are not double checking every value that's ever been saved, only the last one. And now, to prove it won't print the value over and over, we're going to make the event fire itself without changing the text. So I'm going to click draggable. It's a property, so if I change it, it will fire the changed event. I'm going to click it, and you see it does not print. I'm going to click it again to double prove my point. It is not printed again. So as you can see, draggable, or sorry, not draggable. Our logic works perfectly, and we are printing out the text only when the text changed, even if the text changing, even if the changed event was fired, but the text wasn't changed. We are not printing it in that case. So, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like or dislike button corresponding to how you felt about this video, and I'll catch you guys later.